Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, marks of all ages, welcome back to your Wrestle WreMarks, where the headlines don't stop and the storylines don't sleep. Plus, the road to WrestleMania just keeps getting wilder by the week.
Yeah. If you blinked, you probably missed something, because every band chose violence, chaos.
Yeah, they did. We've got a stacked show tonight, or today, or whenever you're listening to this. It's all up to you. Major news across the wrestling world: fallout from SmackDown, a loaded Monday Night Raw, and NXT closing things out with championship implications, and momentum shifts you have to talk about.
Injuries, returns, contenders emerging, and a few moments that had us both saying that needs to go on the cast.
So buckle up, whether you're watching, listening on the go, or catching a little replay.
Y'all locked in?
I'm locked in.
You locked in? Are y'all locked in?
Are you?
Are you ready?
Well, let's hit it. This is Wrestle WreMarks. All right, let's kick things off because this week's News Wire is loaded. Corporate shakeups, injuries, WrestleMania plans, some uncomfortable headlines, and a few wait, what moments along the way.
Yeah, this one got a little bit of everything: business, legends, controversy, and Stephen Amell just casually popping back up, but not saying that we're getting a season 3 of the greatest wrestling show of all time. Netflix, wink, wink.
Yeah, y'all need to pick that one up. It was just getting even better because it was a good story leading into it, and just as things are starting to ramp up, damn thing got canceled. Yep. But you know, Arrow's always out there. Okay. Let's not waste time. The News Wire starts now. Now, first we're gonna dig into the Paramount and Warner Bros. Discovery situation. Now, Paramount is reportedly increasing its bid once again, and this is shaping up to be a serious media battle for sure.
Yeah, and anytime WBD is involved, the wrestling world immediately thinks about AEW.
Exactly, and while nothing directly ties it to AEW, changing the top of the media company can absolutely affect long-term programming priorities. So, as you all know what happened to WCW, I would hate for that to happen once again. But this deal is pretty much, they're sweetening the deal. They're also saying that because the Netflix deal is still pending, they said they'll cover the fees and charges of the Netflix deal canceling. So they're sweetening that pot. They're also going to put more money in for their shareholders as well, is what I saw. So we'll have to wait and see what that means.
Yeah, new ownership usually means new spreadsheets, and wrestling always ends up on one of those.
The key takeaway here is nothing's confirmed, but the situation should be monitored closely because media consideration always has ripple effects.
Well, you told me not to forget, but speaking of Warner Brothers, the news about King.
Jeez.
While we're already talking about...
That's right. So, apparently, Warner Brothers Discovery decided to keep Brody King off of AEW Dynamite last night due to his anti-ice posts and rants and sentiments, and you know, the whole F ice chant that started coming out and all that. So, hold on. Well, and then they had those ice chants that they had going on, so they didn't want to upset President Trump.
Yeah,
is the word. So
the bird is the word.
There you go, lighting it back up. Now let's get to the injury front, because Braun Breaker has undergone surgery, with WWE not providing a clear timetable on his return just yet.
Yeah, that's rough, especially considering how hard they were pushing him.
Exactly. This isn't just he'll be back in 6 weeks. It's open-ended, and that changes creative plans very fast.
Yeah, and as we see on Unreal, you know, it kind of puts a damper in things, but it also explains why some things may maybe felt like they hit the brakes a little, but I wish him well, speedy recovery, all that. But I'm sure he'll be back soon. He's a beast.
They're keeping it open-ended, so he could be back soon. Who knows? Maybe he'll still be in some kind of role, kind of like Stone Cold with his messed up neck back in the day. The word is that whole thing came from sorry, we have pups in here, but it came from the flipping of the table.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's how he got the hernia?
That's how he got the hernia. That's what they're saying.
That's crazy work.
That it is. Excuse me.
That's definitely crazy work right there. I would not have expected that's what it was.
I know they're probably kicking themselves for telling them to flip it now.
Yeah.
But we'll have to wait and see what goes on with them, and hopefully Braun recovers quickly,
very quickly.
Now, another one that's kind of indie adjacent, one that I've showed Pat many times, and we were excited about. The Wrestling Code is a video game that's been under development since like 2020, and we haven't heard anything from them in a while, which had people wondering what's going on. Well, they officially abandoned the Wrestling Code trademark, which is not such great news.
The game's been almost coming out forever at this point. This is the one where you showed me it was like a backyard thing with Sandman, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Yeah, that looked very, very promising.
Yeah, it's too bad, but they did come out with a statement, and they said they are working on getting the trademark back. Unfortunately, it takes about 6 months. Also, they will keep us updated because this is only a part-time deal, because they're trying to work out a game for another company that's contracted out to them. So once they get that done, this was only like a per-time basis kind of project.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait to see what happens after that. I know there's going to be questions about direction and funding and just the confidence in the overall product if it ever does get shipped out, which I hope it does.
At some point, fans just want answers or a release date.
Now, on our little WrestleMania watch, it's being reported that Bianca Belair is expected to be part of WrestleMania this year.
I hope so. Finally, a good update on the EST of WWE, the roughest and toughest.
The fastest, the quickest.
But what does it mean? What does it all entail?
Exactly, like singles match, title picture, maybe something else. Nothing's confirmed yet, but WWE clearly still sees her as a top tier player, and it said if she's not able to compete, she's still going to be a part of it at some capacity.
Yeah, you can't have WrestleMania without the EST, brother.
Yeah, you cannot have her on one of the biggest shows. She's one of their biggest draws, to be honest.
Yeah. If not the biggest draw.
Also, WrestleMania related, we teased this one a little bit earlier with Heels, but Stephen Amell is reportedly set to return to WWE at WrestleMania 42.
Oh gosh, Arrow season never really ends apparently.
No word on whether that's going to be a match appearance or something promotional, but WWE clearly likes having him around for big moments. And also, maybe this works into the Heels thing.
Stephen Amell is the masked man. Ooh. Or something happens with Cody, and Cody needs backup, and there's Jack Spade.
Oliver Queen.
Yeah.
But it was him that teased it pretty much. He was in an interview, I forget with who, but he was in an interview. He had talked about wrestling, and he said he hasn't really followed AEW recently that much, so he doesn't really know what's going on there. But he's been really closely watching WWE, and maybe we'll see him at one of the nights at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So if you're going to throw that out there, I'm sure it's going to end up happening. He's going to show up at some capacity. Now on to some Legend health updates. This one's about Cody Rhodes' uncle, Fred Ottman, also known as Typhoon, and the Shockmaster. He shared an update on spending about a month in the hospital. He had some good news saying he's recovering and thanked all fans for his support. Apparently, they barely caught it, and he is lucky. They said that had he not made it in the time frame that he did, he probably wouldn't have made it. So it's a good thing that he made it there.
It's always good to hear, of course. It wasn't good to hear the name Shockmaster, though.
I saw your look. It's the best part.
Especially why I looked at you like that.
But yeah, it's unfortunate that he's going through that. Fred Ottman is related to Dusty Rhodes and being his brother-in-law because he was, I believe, married to not Dusty's sister, but Dusty's wife's sister or something like that.
Okay.
So they always known him as Uncle Fred.
Yeah.
And also another thing, since we're on the topic of legends, Sandman's retirement match opponent is his retirement match has been officially announced. Have they set an opponent yet? I can't remember.
No, I do not know. I'm sure it's going to be George Noah.
Yeah, probably. It is his show. That's what they did with
He Who Should Not Be Named. No,
Sabu.
You know, but Sandman having a last match is wild because Sandman retiring feels like a myth at this point.
It really does. You're not wrong.
It's like, I thought you retired a long time ago, so I don't even know. Speaking of people who need to stay out of the ring, I hope Ric Flair doesn't come back for another match.
Have you seen that meme of Gunther's retirement tour? Ric Flair pops up like twice. Oh, no.
It just popped in my head. How many times we gotta teach you this lesson, old man? That's what they need to do. They just need to have him wrestle Gunther,
man.
and then he's like, I don't want to wrestle. No
But
more.
definitely the end of an era when it comes to, ECW days.
Yes, of course.
And we wish Sandman all the best. And hopefully his match goes off without a hitch.
Yes.
That's going to be at Joey Janela's Spring Break show. So
It's most likely going to be against Joey.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. Now we need to slow things down a little bit. This one's a little more serious.
Yeah, this is the heavy part of the news wire.
Multiple outlets are reporting that WWE legends and former talent are being named recently in the recently released Epstein files.
Important to be clear, being named does not automatically imply wrongdoing.
But these are, of course, serious allegations, and they're reporting that one article referenced emails involving Bruno Sammartino, Pedro Morales, and I think as well Mr. Fuji. Now, the messages that were there were just texts of Epstein's urologist, mentioning them and saying that Pedro died or something, and then Epstein's like, well, who's Pedro? And he goes into detail of who Pedro Morales is and how much he meant to wrestling. So that thing kind of makes you like do a second look, so of course that's in there. Bruno Sammartino, when he died, that was also in there, messages between Epstein and his urologist talking about Bruno's death. And I can't remember exactly where Mr. Fuji came up, but if you want to, you can just Google it. It should pop up, and you should be able to see it right there. But on top of that, another name that came out was Ashley Mazzaro, which we know what she's been through in WWE and overseas, and all the issues that she faced before tragically taking her own life. And Ashley's was a mention from someone who was redacted. She was mentioned by them. Her whole thing, I can't remember exactly what it was, but she did mention Ashley in some messages. So like he said, it doesn't imply anything, but it's just something that people are gonna turn an eye to.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like, wait, what? So
it's like good pointing fingers, and that's the last thing WWE needs, to be caught up with in the first place. But these are serious allegations, and it's a serious situation, that calls, and it deserves, we need to just, tread around and be careful, but responsible at the same time, but we got to talk about it, it's a part of the discussion.
At this point, these are just reports, not conclusions, and we'll stick around for more verified information as it develops. Now let's hit down some of the quick stuff. A few notes. AJ Styles' future with WWE still remains uncertain following his Rumble loss to Gunther.
Yeah, that's one a lot of people are talking about for sure.
Yeah, so Styles, of course, kept it open-ended. He said never say never on Stephanie's podcast. Also, they had been working with him per PW Insider. They had been working with him to try and get an extension on his contract, but there was so much going on in the Rumble and everything, so they're still in talks, but there's no concrete developments going any further. We'll have to just keep an ear to the ground, and we'll let y'all know as soon as we figure it out.
Yep.
Also, Seth Rollins is making headlines after punching Manti Te'o on Good Morning Football. Of course, it was a work punch, and Manti Te'o selling wasn't all that great, but that's what most people were talking about. But GMF posted this on X, stating he looks ring ready. So, of course, that had everybody swirling.
Yeah, that's classic and casual Seth Rollins behavior.
Yeah,
vintage Seth Rollins. Sling blade.
He should have stomped him.
For real.
Oh, man. The Masked Man?
Stephen Amell.
Stephen Amell. I kind of want that to happen now that you said that. But a lot of people were saying Grayson Waller.
Ace Spade. My bad. But Ace, Grayson maybe. It could be anybody.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now, if they say it's what's his name, Montez Ford, I believe him because oh boy done got thick on everybody.
Oh, I know.
Couldn't even take off.
People are shaming him for that, man.
Shame yourselves, bro.
Shame yourself.
Worry about you, all right? I'm sorry.
Man.
100 about that.
And also, there's also some injury updates with Chelsea Green. She's still being evaluated. There's no firm return date. What they're saying is she just got a major bruise on her ankle. Nothing was broken, nothing huge. So hopefully we'll see her soon. That's why she didn't have the match at AAA with.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, why?
Yeah, but then that girl was like, "Nah, you're coming with me." That was great. That was good stuff. But we're not gonna go that deep into AAA.
Yeah, no.
We already go too deep into everything. It's over an hour, so we're trying to keep y'all engaged. You feel me?
Engaged, bro. Got one more piece of news to give you guys.
Yeah. Well, lastly, before we get into all the rest, WWE fans on YouTube TV will reportedly have to wait until fall for ESPN's full unlimited integration. So, as you know, we've reported on this before that they're going to put that into YouTube TV. They were kind of saying it was going to be mid this year, but now it seems like it's going to be near the end of this year with it getting integrated in fall.
Which, of course, it's frustrating, but it's not shocking.
No, not at all. It takes time.
Yeah, and I was going to say, too, also, Chris told me to not forget, but February 23rd is the return of the Beast Brock Lesnar.
So that was announced, I believe, on Twitter or X. Excuse me.
X.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar is supposed to be at Royal, not Royal Rumble, at Raw on the 23rd. Also, don't forget to set your DVRs to Sci-Fi because all this month the Olympics is going on. So
the
SmackDown will be airing on Sci-Fi instead.
Lay at the smack it down.
Well, that's your news wire, and yeah, of course, like we said, it was a loaded one.
Very loaded. If you missed something, rewind, because that's a lot.
All right. When we come back, let's shift gears into our SmackDown recap. SmackDown kicked off with a chaotic opening segment. WWE Champion Drew McIntyre was on the mic when Cody Rhodes blindsided him, furious about being eliminated and all that stuff, you know. And, of course, Cody wants his title back.
He wants his lick back, bro. And that sets the tone. Big personal beef right there, right out the gates.
And then, of course, you know, Nick Aldis always has to step in, saying Cody Rhodes must qualify for the Elimination Chamber in order to get another shot at Drew McIntyre.
I'm just frustrated because I already know who's going to win that match.
Was this when you did the Raheem one?
Yes.
Was it on SmackDown?
Yes.
Also, Cody said he got a big... what was it? What was the line he said?
He said that
you don't want to get into a measuring contest with me, or you know what measuring contest is what he said, right?
And get the nickname Raheem for no reason. Cody Raheem, the Dream,
the Dream, the African Dream.
Somebody actually made that.
Oh yeah,
the 2K created.
That's great.
It was good.
Geez.
Shout out to Cody.
And let's get into the in-ring action as we saw Rhea Ripley and Io Sky take on Kiana James and Julia as they defended their women's tag team championships.
Ripley and Sky retained. They're still champions, and they looked very dominant.
Yeah, they did. And I like that Julia and Kiana James are tagging together now. They look pretty fluid as they're trying to figure out their, you know, tag team moves and all that. Everything looks good. So I would like to see more of them. And also when it comes to promos, like Kiana James just ripping into people, but like being that voice for Julia as well.
Reva Dirty.
And also on SmackDown, it featured 2 Elimination Chamber qualifying matches, starting with the women's triple threat, which had Tiffany Stratton, Chelsea Green, and Lash Legend battling it out for a spot where Tiffy picked up the victory. I really wanted Chelsea to get that one.
I thought she was going to.
It looked like it, but I mean, she got hurt, so I guess it's a good thing that didn't happen.
Yeah.
But of course, Tiffany's coming in with all the praise since she's been gone for a while. So everybody wanted her to win. Lash is just the perfect heel that could have taken this one as well. I would like to see Lash maybe lash out, no pun intended. And, you know, kind of insert herself in that match somehow. Maybe take out some of the competitors to where they have to do something about it, and then she still qualifies. I would like to see Lash in that match.
Lash is a legend in the making. That's a big moment for it's time.
This time. TV time.
She definitely positioning herself for WrestleMania.
Yeah, she is, and people are gonna want to see that, especially with her returning. You heard that pop she got. Man, those little Indian kids in the crowd too. They were just like, man,
it's Tiffy time.
Yeah, they were going off for her. It's good for her, man. Good for her. I've been singing her praises since NXT, and when a lot of people really weren't behind the whole athlete and gymnast doing wrestler stuff. But let's get on to the main event, the men's triple threat qualifier between Randy Orton, Aleister Black, and Solo Sikoa. And on this night, experience really mattered.
Of course, Orton hit the decisive RKO on Solo Sikoa to secure the pinfall and qualify for the Elimination Chamber.
I thought Aleister Black was going to take it a few times.
Yeah, Aleister Black is that guy, though.
I'm glad to see that he's still featured. I just wish he had more of a program to where he talked.
Yeah, he is a great promo skills.
He's got amazing in-ring skills, and he does so well in the ring. We need to hear him on the mic. We need to see a little bit more of Aleister Black if you're really going to sell this whole gimmick that he's doing now.
Yeah, I would just say that for Aleister, they need to move him to Raw and have him go for the World Heavyweight Championship. I think that's a better space for him.
Yeah, I could see him going after Punk, given if Punk's still champion.
Yeah.
And then that takes us to the Royal Rumble winner, Liv Morgan. Oh, yeah, this is, I guess, the 11th Elimination Chamber match of Randy Orton's career, so that's wild.
Yeah.
Or no, 10th, excuse me. Why did I say 11th?
He's been there for some years, dude.
Yeah. Long time. It's about to be hanged up or hung up.
We were little Wrestle WreMarks then, dude.
Gunther's about to hang it up.
Oh gosh.
Or
hang him up.
Yeah. But let's get into that Royal Rumble winner, Liv Morgan, the greatest Royal Rumble winner of all
time.
Liv made her SmackDown appearance and teamed with Raquel against Jade and Jordynne Grace.
The match was wild. It was pretty good too. Accidental collisions, miscommunications, and in the end, Grace pinned Rodriguez for the win.
Yeah, it seemed like there was miscommunication between both teams, which, of course, you want to see with the whole Judgment Day teasing their breakup for. They're really milking this thing. Really milking it.
It's been like years already, bro.
But, of course, as you know, Grace wants that title around Cargill's waist, so they had some tension there, too.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just planting seeds for everything in this one. Morgan teased her WrestleMania plans. She's got the talent and momentum, and now the world is watching where she chooses to go as we head into that title picture at WrestleMania. She still hasn't made her decision, so I would imagine, like we said, Raquel gets that title, and she goes after Raquel. I hope it's a Batista moment. I hope that's how it goes. I hope it's not Liv gets the title and then Raquel goes after Liv.
Yeah.
But also some backstage and in-ring segments that continue to weave story threads. We had Trick Williams planting seeds as someone who's ready to step into McIntyre's world title feud.
Oh, yeah, man.
Nakamura took on Tama Tonga, and this added some depth to that undercard, especially if you know their history.
Let's talk about it.
And Obafemi made an impactful SmackDown appearance as he transitions from NXT, and he just wiped the floor with Kit.
Yeah, because
just took him out. Did you see what he tweeted out after that? He can't be toxic.
He's an Oba-feminist, bro.
Oh, that was good stuff.
SmackDown is stacking its storylines towards Elimination Chamber, and WrestleMania is around the corner, and you could see that progression all night long.
So from qualifying chaos to Royal Rumble fallout, SmackDown delivered a solid night of advancement towards their next big events.
We will break down more of what this could mean as we keep building to Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania, which is like next week, right?
Chamber? I can't remember if it's next week or not.
This is such a short month, man. It's crazy.
Up next, we'll take a closer look at the women's road to WrestleMania and what's shaping up for that title scene. Of course, we have Rhea Ripley and Io Sky who retained their titles. Yep. Tiffany Stratton qualified for the women's Elimination Chamber. Randy Orton qualified for the men's. Liv and Raquel defeat Jade and Jordynne Liv and Raquel get defeated by by Jordynne Grace and Jade Cargill, excuse me.
That's all, folks.
So, I'd imagine that, of course, Tiffy's going for it. We're going to get into who else is going for, well, not technically going for the title, but they're going to be in the Elimination Chamber trying to go for the title. So we'll get into that once we get into the Raw segment.
So before we go into SmackDown, I just wanted to say, if it's not on here already, the next men's qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber is Cody, Jacob, and Sammy. Which one of those three do you think is going to win? Especially with Drew having beef with all three of them. How the heck does that match even end?
You know how it ends.
Yeah, of course. Super Sammy.
No, I don't know. That one, I feel like would favor Sammy.
Yeah, it would.
Because
I want the underdog to win though.
And then
and it's not Sammy.
You have Cody and Fatu. They're gonna focus on each other.
Yeah, so Sammy's gonna be like this.
Yeah. I'm sure they're probably gonna tease Sammy winning it, and then someone's gonna take it. I would say probably Fatu.
I hope Jacob wins.
But I feel like they're still trying to build this whole Cody thing. So they might put Cody in there as to where Fatu is still coming after Cody and building that up for when Cody eventually does win the title back. Unless something further develops with heel Cody. You know, Drew claims he didn't do it when Jacob got attacked, and I would feel like Drew would say it. So
what if it was Sammy?
I never thought of it that way. But if they do pull the trigger on heel Cody, they better bring back Brandy. That's the best way to do it.
Who the hell told you it was open mic night?
So, let's go ahead. That was SmackDown. Qualifiers locked in. The card building and new story threads all unraveling towards Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, the momentum was everywhere, but Raw hit back harder with its own qualifiers and developments.
Raw kicked it off with AJ Lee, who got interrupted by the man.
Light it up.
So, this was a pretty good exchange. I really liked Becky's.
I love Becky, man.
Oh my God, your stupid little eyebrows. I loved. And then AJ Lee's reaction to it is so perfect. You know,
eyebrows.
Just the facial expression sells
and then
it
the little
so
tick,
well.
she's like,
yeah.
like who's the one who's supposed to be a psycho here? You or her?
Well, the man came around.
Oh, she always does.
She ripped into AJ. AJ ripped into her a little bit.
I loved how she said, if you thought that you were held down by the man back then, she's like, you have no idea what you're in for. I was like, yes. Great.
And then we also had our tag team championship match where the Usos defended against Alpha Academy.
With the 1D.
Yep, as expected.
With the 1D, of course, you know, it was a pretty good match. Tozawa's literally over.
Oh, I know. It really is. It's funny. I wish they did still have something for him like the cruiserweight spot, but you know, they're never going to pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Also, we had the women's qualifier match, which had Rhea Ripley, Lyra Valkyria, and Ivy Nile.
Rhea's power proved decisive and scoring the win and the chamber spot, of course, which I thought this was going to go to Lyra. It would have made more sense.
I was thinking it was going to go to someone else as well. I was hoping Ivy.
Me too.
You know, I love Ivy Nile. I hope she gets something going.
Yeah.
Because I hate seeing her just showing up in the back or showing up without. Oh, that happens all the time. But that means Rhea Ripley joins Tiffany Stratton in the women's chamber. So maybe we could see Rhea too back. We'll have to wait and see what happens. I don't know. Maybe Rhea doesn't survive the chamber. Maybe she goes in first.
True.
And you know how that ends up. Next up, we had Natty facing Maxine Dupree. And this one just ended in a double countout as they battled outside of the ring.
Yeah, post-bell, Natty kept the pressure on with a sharpshooter on the announce desk.
Oh, it was a beautifully done sharpshooter, too. I love the way they're going in the direction with Natty and taking her more seriously. Now, if she can sell it a little better, I know she tries to get the facials down, like look angry, but sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit in certain spots.
Yeah. Sometimes she just needs to kick behind and not say nothing.
Well, yeah, and that I feel like some of her I've always felt like some of her promos weren't that great, but when she's heel, her promos seem a little more, because she's so used to being babyface, they seem a little more like kind of held back.
It kind of seems like she wasn't ready for the transition. Like it feels like they kind of just sprung it on her. Kinda.
Well, I mean, that transition is what's best for her.
Yeah, exactly.
We've been saying it on here for a while. Why don't they bring, Bloodsport Natty out? And we finally got it.
It's gonna work.
I mean, the way they've been cutting their promos now with the pre-tapes,
yeah,
and like doing all the little camera tricks and everything, it sells the gimmick. So I'm not too worried about her whole promo ability and all that, but I just think sometimes she looks like awkward in a sense.
Yeah.
But I think she's just getting her footing and being a heel because she's so used to being that baby face. Even when she tried to do a heel before, she was still like doing a lot of babyface stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see what happens with her and Maxine. So I'm sure they're gonna keep that going. I would imagine like Natty just beat her and move on to a title scene.
Yeah.
Like, please.
Natty versus AJ.
I'd like to see that one. Next up, we had the undercard tag match, which saw Javon Evans and El Grande Americano take on Los Americanos. Evans and Americano scored the pinfall win in a solid undercard action there.
Nice momentum builder for Evans as we head deeper into the Elimination Chamber season.
He would like to be.
Randy Orton can never do another RKO again.
That was beautiful. How do you time that so well?
Because he's the young OG, bro. That's why. That was beautiful. Best top cutter of all time. Better than the Evan Bourne.
That boy flies, man. He has some hang time.
He does. And ain't no camera tricks. That dude be in the air.
That would be dope to see that in one of the games where you could do that like Javon did. But
cutter.
Like the old games where it would spin around. Remember that?
Yeah, it was like you hold him in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then boom.
Yeah.
Remember that? That was so cool back in the day.
They need to add that back.
Yep. 2K.
Yeah.
Get on it, bro. But as Raw closed, we close with a big triple threat with LA Knight versus Austin Theory versus Penta, and it got a little wild.
Yeah, all three fired off big offense, but this wasn't straightforward.
Near the finish, a hooded mystery man returned during the chaos, all the chaos, and just super kicked Austin Theory, followed up by a curb stomp, setting up the finish.
Of course, LA Knight capitalized, hitting the BFT on Theory for the pin after that stomp, and the Elimination Chamber qualifying victory. He qualified. I didn't think I wanted him to win, but I was like, Austin's not winning this match for sure.
No.
And I couldn't see Penta winning it either. So I was like,
that also gains a little more validity with the whole it could be Grayson Waller thing.
True. Because whoever it is not Seth Rollins, because it looks like they're trying to be a Seth too hard.
And Grayson is lanky.
Yeah.
And he is a lanky dude. So, I mean, there might be some validity to that. Now, Knight joins Randy Orton in the men's Elimination Chamber, setting up a major showdown in Chicago. So, Raw built more of towards the Elimination Chamber landscape, male and female qualifiers. locked in. Tag champs retain. And Mysterious return makes huge noise.
Yeah, also CM Punk, the whole Finn Balor thing, they're gonna have a match.
That too, yes.
And Stephanie smacking Dom in the face.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the smack.
Yeah, Olga was like, "Get him! Yeah, smack him! Forget her! Yeah, you tell her," because of course she was speaking Spanish, talking smack. What did she say? It was great, but every week feels like something just moves forward on the card. This is another advancement, it's WrestleMania season, bro. So, but the hooded man angle, that's grabbing eyeballs. I'm sure people are kind of like, again with this,
but everybody's also talking.
It got
about
you
it,
talking about it. It can't be too. You can't be too tired of it if you're talking about it.
Yeah, true that. Next up, we'll break down how Raw and SmackDown developments reshape the road to WrestleMania, and what this mysterious return might mean. Which, we said,
Chris Jericho.
They just bring him back like El Grande America.
Yeah.
Just a shorter guy.
But you know what?
Oh,
I'm not saying it's going to be, but what if it is something like that along the lines where after this Masked Man, we get another one? Because look at what he's done in the past. He's shown up as Penta. He showed up in Japan as somebody else too, to fight Kenny Omega. So you know what I mean?
Dude, that took me back. I just saw their entrances from Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, awesome.
So where were we? Oh yeah, next up we'll break down. Okay. The Usos retain the World Tag Team Championships against Alpha Academy, so you would assume that they're going to move forward and get another title thing going, as the scene hasn't had anything going on.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
It's just a warning shot. Blow.
Yeah.
But Rhea Ripley, of course, won the Women's Elimination Chamber qualifier, which I kind of assumed she was going to end up winning it.
I would have.
It's at that point now where it's like if Rhea's in it, Rhea's winning.
Yeah.
But, I'm not complaining. I like Rhea, so I'm all for it. It's just I would have liked to see, a few new names in there, which I'm sure they're going to put some, because we still got more qualifiers to go.
Yes, sir.
Then we have Natty and Maxine Dupree getting that double count out, which tells you they're going to keep on going, moving forward in their feud. The original El Grande Americano and Javon Evans defeated Los Americanos, which was cool to see, because then El Grande Americano came out and tried to interfere. Of course, that didn't help.
Yeah. I don't understand why they're calling this dude the original. He's not the original.
He's not the original.
And me and Chris is
Bruh.
in the group chat. Mask versus Mask at Mania, and I was like,
Yeah,
we're just telling Olga the same thing.
Yeah, that's what they're building up towards. Because after the match, they're sitting there tugging at each other's masks. So I'm sure eventually it's gonna be mask versus mask.
Yeah, great.
So
versus mask,
which is gonna be funny, because what if they switch them out? Like, what if they switch them out with somebody who has the same body type?
Yeah.
Or, you know what I was thinking? That, and I was telling Ashley, I was telling her, what if Chad Gable comes back and then just shaves all that? Because, he has the thing. And he's just clean shaven, and it's like, no, that's not Chad Gable.
Gracias!
Have somebody else with the beard start wearing the mask.
It'd be funny.
Oh, man. But Raw delivered qualifiers, chaos, and a surprise interruption. But on the NXT side, they had their own big night on Tuesday.
Yeah, NXT isn't just treading waters these days. They're building stories. Let's break it down. February 10th. Let's get it. Let's talk about it.
Joe Hendry opened up the show as he's fresh off of becoming the new NXT champion, addressing the crowd, proclaiming the brand, and saying what he's going to be doing going forward. But before he could get too far, Vanity Project attacks Joe Hendry, setting up Jackson Drake as his next challenger.
Right away, physical and the narrative stakes for the title scene. That attack said two things. Hendry's reign won't be easy, and Faction Chaos is back on the menu. They need to watch out for 90210 Project for sure.
Oh man, they really look like they're straight out of a sitcom.
I swear I'll be looking at Zach Morris
Or
every
something.
time I look at, or somebody. Boy Meets World, Dawson's Creek, all of them. That's what they look like.
Oh, speaking of Dawson's Creek,
Yeah.
rest in peace, James Vanderbeek. But moving forward, next up we had Jada Parker versus Blake Monroe. That was scheduled, but it didn't end clean. They went at it hard. They want this to continue. They traded blows, brawling outside, leading to a double countout. So of course this feud is probably going to move forward, I guess, to the next pay-per-view. I would assume.
Yeah, that whole the stairs thing was unnecessary. But no fall, no clear winner, but a hell of a lot of fighting going on that furthers the fuel that they're just throwing this into the fire, bro. Hella fuel, and the rivalry's heating up. That's kind of the slow burn tension NXT thrives on, though.
In tournament action, we saw a men's speed title #1 contender spot against Eli Knight,
Ridiculous.
taking on Josh Briggs. Knight hit him with everything he had. Big strikes, high impact moves. Briggs came at him too with it, and Knight ultimately just scored the pinfall. Big ups to Knight. He's been on the Texas indie scene for quite some time, tearing it up in our ROW, right? Reality of Wrestling. Yeah, that's what it's called. So he's doing it for the culture. For those who don't know, the culture was a faction on the indie scene, so good for him.
They need to change his name. Eli Knight, Eli Drake.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what happens when or if he gets moved to the main roster. Because they're gonna keep it.
Brother, I'm just playing. Knight looked crisp there though. Fast, calculated, and on point, keeping the tournament storyline strong as we roll toward the finals.
The third match, we saw Joe Hendry take on Jackson Drake with the Vanity Project at his side. Joe Hendry was there because of the whole attack, of course, as we talked about at the top. And Drake is trying to go for that title, even though he still has that Evolve strap. When is he going to drop that thing?
Never. And Drake came out hot though. Fast offense, aerial stuff, trying to shock Joe Hendry early.
But the big turning point, Vanity Project got involved on the outside, and the ref ejected them from ringside, cutting Drake off from his safety net.
And once that happened, Henry started cooking.
Drake still had his moments, near falls, big knee strike, frustration building, but Hendry caught him, powered through, and finished it with a standing O to retain the NXT Championship. Also, in between that, what else was it that I meant to just bring it up? Oh, OTM. Not OTM. But they are a part of it. Before that, they had Dark State out there. Dark State, staked their claim in the division. Well, in the company as a whole. And OTM popped out, talking crap. Then Hank Tank popped out. What are their names with Sean Spears and the Culling popped out as well. So they're trying to build up that tag division, as you can see, and it looks to be like it's going to be a strong division.
But then here comes the man in the black coat with the gabagool.
The gabagool.
Tony D'Angelo over here hitting, and Arn Anderson spine-busters.
Oh, I know. He
They
hit
look
a
beautiful.
Yeah, they did.
Beautiful. And Arn Anderson, double A spine bust. Beautiful. Love it.
Yeah, I like where Tony's going with this whole seriousness gimmick, because he addressed later in the show, though, right? He addressed them. I thought so.
Yeah.
But yeah, he ended up retaining with the standing O, and immediately after the bell, Ricky Saints jumped Joe Hendry from behind, dropped him with the Revolution DDT, and posed with the championship to close with the statement.
Absolute.
Now let's get into the tag division, because Swipe Right collided with Hank and Tank, and I love how the fans started chanting Swipe Left. But Swipe Right picked up the victory with a roll-up pin on Ledger. Of course, this was in a clean victory.
That tells you they're pushing Swipe Right or Left, whichever one you want, as more than just an undercard filler. They're building momentum.
Which I would assume, since Jackson Drake was already going for the title, that they're going to start going for the tag title.
Yeah.
Now, we get into the number one contenders women's title match. Now, this one had some crazy implications. Ruca teamed up against Ren St. Clair and Kendall Gray with the twist of whoever gets the pinfall earns a shot at the NXT Women's Championship. You know, tensions were rising for that one.
Yeah, now this one had a lot going on. Ruca couldn't quite sync up. A lot of miscommunications, a lot of hesitation, but so Ruca hit the Soul Snatcher on Kendall Gray after the ref, said that they made contact with the tag. So she hit the Soul Snatcher on Kendall Gray and scored the pinfall, which means Ruca is now the number one contender for JC James' world title.
Yeah, Ruca, or not Ruca, but Zarya bumped into Ruca, and that caused the tag.
How do you not hear that? But I get it.
I mean, there's so much going on.
Yeah, exactly.
But now we get to see Ruca going for a title, but would you really want her to go for the NXT title at this point? I'd rather her just go to the main roster.
I say she has one more hoorah
in NXT
win
with
the
the title.
One more big feud with Zarya, and there you go. Bye.
Yeah, because they need to have that payoff for Zarya either way. So you're right.
I say even better. They feature an NXT match on WrestleMania.
I was gonna say something like that, because it would be nice to have something,
Yeah, like NXT Championship,
or
Zarya versus Ruca.
Soul Ruca. Yeah, that was a big moment for Soul, though, coming in clutch. She's always focused in a chaotic environment, and now she's climbing back into that title picture.
She deserves it. She's great.
There were more angles as well. Backstage confrontations between Uriah Connors and Kel Dixon. Seems like he might form an alliance with Stax and Ariana Grande, along with Ariana Grace, excuse me, along with what's Lexus King.
Yeah.
Jeez. But they're all second generation stars, so they finally acknowledge that with Stax and Uriah Connors.
Stax.
Yeah, Stax is second gen. I can't remember his dad wrestled. I can't remember what his dad's name was though. I'll have to look it up. That way we clarify that.
Yes.
But of course, there's also Keanu Carver, who's in the hunt for the title. He's stirring up trouble. He's just taking out everybody. They cut to that locker room, and everybody was laid out. Keanu Carver's the one leaving the building.
He's carving them up. But the undercurrents are deep, of course. NXT is layered with storytelling. This means every match that the end is clear, bro. Like they're just gonna keep killing it. Always cooking. NXT is always cooking.
They're always,
no matter what,
always trying to build up to the next thing.
Yeah.
Everything always has its ripple.
And it didn't even feel like a reset. It just felt like they just kept going, because it just usually feels like that on the main roster. NXT has not felt like that all year.
Yeah, you're not wrong. So NXT gave us tournament traction, tag team momentum, and a new number one contender in Sol Ruca after that high-stakes main event.
Yeah, Joe Henry's title scene continues to be aggressive, and that double count out in the women's division keeps things hot.
Next up, we will talk about what the quick hits are on here, just in case, you know, you may have missed something. And we're just gearing up for Mania season at this point.
Yeah.
Joe Hendry opened, of course, was getting attacked by Vanity Project, as we said earlier, to set up that title heat. Jada Parker versus Blake Monroe's double countout, which for sure is going to move their storyline forward. Eli Knight defeating Josh Briggs in the Med Speed Tournament was a shock, to be honest. I didn't expect it, because you don't think that somebody's going to come from like Evolve or anything like that and just start going at it. And I like how they're doing that now. It's not just, oh, you're just going to job until we think you're good enough. It's just, let's throw you in the deep end, and if you drown, you drown. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
But also, Swipe Right defeated Hank and Tank, so they're probably going to be going for the titles here soon. But as we said before, that title picture is pretty convoluted with everybody there.
Pretty fast.
That also brings me to Drew McIntyre's title. There's so many people going for McIntyre right now.
Yeah.
Trick staked his claim. Of course, Cody wants a shot at him. Oba, I'm sure, wants a shot at him. Because we can't forget about Oba.
The ruler.
Then, on top of that, you got... Who else? Julia has said something too, right?
Everybody.
And Jacob. So, that title picture is
Super
just wide
Sammy.
open.
We got rid of Super Cena, and now we got Super Sammy, bro.
But I like the way they keep it wide open in that sense.
It's like broad.
It's rather than
It's
just being
anybody's
like
game.
one person.
But it's only LA nights. Yeah.
Also, Sol Ruca going for that number one contendership. I'm going to be excited to see if she wins that title. She has one more title run. She was NXT Women's Champion at one point, right? Or was it just North
American and Speed.
Oh, that's what it was. North American and Speed title. That is what it was. Speaking of which, what happened to the Women's Speed title? Did they get rid of that one? I didn't even think about that.
What's her name has it?
Oh, yeah. Fallon Henley.
Yeah.
Fallon Henley has it. That's right. That's right. Of course, after that, Fatal Influence.
Yes, Fatal
I was going to say Attraction.
Candice Michelle. Candice LeRae.
Fatal Influence did show up after that, you know, to stare down Ruca.
Yeah.
Which she had her whole crew with her.
And Zario's off.
Zario would look more mad at Soul than she looked at Fatal Influence. But other than that, you got anything else to add, Pat?
No, sir. Not that I can think of.
Nope. That is all we have for you today, folks. And with that, I am Chris.
And I am Pat.
And this was your Wrestle WreMarks.
Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Find us wherever you get your podcasts.